Monica Everett, the only witch who can use magic without casting spells, defeated a legendary dragon all by herself. But despite her power, she's shy and lacks confidence. Now, she's been assigned to secretly protect the prince. Can she stand strong against the forces of darkness? Our story begins with a great battle where we see a group of mages trying to repel an attack. Large dragons attack them from all directions, but the mages created a protective wall. This all took place in the Kingdom of Riddell, where Count Kerbeck's territory faced these dragons, and they had been doing so for several years as they were accustomed to it. The Count's family history is full of battles with dragons. They try to land a fatal blow on the dragon, but unfortunately, it doesn't affect it. They are now trying to hit its eye directly, because if they hit its eye directly, the dragon will fall and won't see anyone in front of it, allowing them to cut off its head. The commander tells them to maintain their formation and steadfastness no matter what happens. But here, something very strange happens, like an earthquake or a devastating blow shaking the entire place. Everyone is now silent, waiting to see what happened. Are these the events of the end? Or is there something bigger than the dragon? Is it the Antichrist? We don't know yet, my friends. What is going on? In just moments, the curtain is revealed, showing a giant dragon over 500 meters long. Everyone stood in silence. Yes, it's a huge disaster. This black dragon has other dragons hovering around it as if they were flies. What if the small dragons, which are like flies to this black dragon, were something humans couldn't handle? What will they do against this black dragon? This dragon has only appeared twice in the history of the Kingdom of Riddell, and records indicate that many cities were completely destroyed by this red dragon. After that, we see the Count's daughter in the royal palace, named Isabella. Her assistant tells her, "Danger is imminent, my lady. We must evacuate immediately." Isabella replies, "This is unacceptable. My father and the knights are fighting, and as his daughter, it would be unforgivable for me to abandon the people at this time, even if it costs me to fight alongside them." The scene shifts to a girl named Monica. Her assistant has brought her a lot of food, many vegetables, carrots, tomatoes, and other things. As she enters, she sees a messy sight, many books, things like garbage, and complete chaos in the place. Then the young girl tells her that 3 months ago, the eastern borders were attacked by dragons. She heard that many winged dragons appeared near the village, and what was more terrifying was that the leader of the winged dragons was the legendary black dragon Oregon. It seems that one of the 7 sages sent him there, but she doesn't know yet who those mages were who killed them. After that, Monica gives her some money because she brought her so many things. The other girl thanks her for the large amount of money, but says it's too much. "What exactly do you do, Monica? What is your job?" Monica stutters and says, "I'm a math expert. A math teacher." The other girl tells her that a colleague wants to meet her. Monica shudders because she doesn't want anyone to know anything about her. At that moment, she looks back, not wanting to look, and sees that person. She slams the door in his face, but he pushes the door open again. He looks like a really annoying kid, but he enters by force and sits down as if it's his home. Then, he uses his abilities to tidy up the entire place. We learn then that Monica is one of the 7 sages, the elite mages of the Kingdom of Riddell. She is the silent mage, my friends. A very beautiful girl, extremely shy and easily nervous, she finds it difficult to speak in front of people. We see her at Minerva Institute, dealing with people while being very embarrassed, shaking and barely able to speak, or even losing consciousness in the worst cases. Naturally, she couldn't say anything. She was on the verge of failure when an idea struck her. If her nervousness prevented her from reciting in front of the examiner, then she would use her abilities and magic without incantations. This is an extraordinary feat. Most people would overcome their shyness towards strangers and social anxiety, but Monica's thinking took a distant and unexpected turn. And indeed, she extinguished the candle without saying a word. And so her talent grew, and she advanced quickly. After all this beautiful talk about Monica, we return to reality, and the visitor speaks to her, saying, "I see you're still wasting your talent, fellow sage." This colleague is named Louis. He then orders his maid to cast a barrier spell so that no one can hear them, as if it's a private meeting room. Then Louis gets to the point, saying he came to visit her today because he has a request for her. "In truth, I was working as a personal guard for the second prince, under secret orders from His Majesty the King," she said to him. "But aren't you affiliated with the first prince's faction?" He replied, "Yes, but I was tasked with guarding the second prince for some reason. I have my own suspicions about why, but discussing His Majesty's intentions based on speculation would be disrespectful, so I won't say more. What matters is that I was ordered to protect the second prince without his knowledge. His Highness Prince Felix, the second prince, is studying at Serindia Academy, a boarding school. Infiltrating the academy would be easier for me, but that doesn't seem reasonable, given my reputation and good appearance for secret work, so I've prepared this for you. A barrier that combines tracking and communication, equipped with a snatching observatory and short-range physical and magical defense." Louis told her that this was a protective magical item he had carefully designed himself. This brooch, in addition to the other one he gave to His Highness Prince Felix, are identical, allowing him to monitor the prince's location and movements at all times. Monica told him that this was espionage. He replied that it was normal to follow the person he was assigned to protect. Monica became nervous because he might be discovered. Louis told her that she seemed very wise, but he would never harm his prince. Then he told her about the brooch, that the king had given it to the prince as a gift, and it seemed to have broken the very next day after he gave it to him. Chris had spent a whole week of continuous effort without sleep or rest, but it disappeared in one day. After the brooch was broken, he endured a lot, even being away from his beloved wife to design this piece. Monica asked him if the prince was okay, and he replied that he was fine. Despite his extreme fatigue, he gathered his strength and rushed to the academy. When he arrived, they told him that nothing had happened, only that the brooch had accidentally broken. Then, he looked at Monica and told her that she needed to understand what he was trying to tell her. Monica replied that she didn't understand anything from him. He replied that he wanted her to infiltrate the academy and protect the prince instead of him. Monica was very scared, saying she couldn't do that. He replied that she wasn't part of high society like him. Even at official events, she kept her head covered and her gaze lowered, so no one there knew her face, and no one would suspect that a simple girl like her belonged to the Seven Sages. Furthermore, her talent for using magic without incantations was perfect for providing secret protection. Monica cried a lot because she didn't want to do that. Louis told her that it had been about 2 years since they joined the Seven Sages, and all she had done in that period was confine herself here and immerse herself in paperwork. She replied that she had killed a dragon 3 months ago. Louis interrupted her, saying that in the past 3 months he had killed 10 dragons, so he didn't understand the meaning of her words. Then he asked her to listen. She was one of the kingdom's greatest mages and one of the Seven Sages, and she had to realize that there were tasks no one but her could accomplish. She replied that she had only joined the Seven Sages as a reserve. Louis didn't care about what she said. All that mattered to him was that the king had entrusted him with full responsibility for guarding the second prince, which meant she had no choice but to agree to what he said. Monica was forced to agree. Louis relaxed and sat down to tell her the details. A few years ago, in the lands of Count Kerbeck, there was an orphaned girl. The late Countess Kerbeck saw a resemblance between the girl and her deceased husband and decided to adopt her. The girl enjoyed the affection of the late countess and grew up happily. However, the countess fell seriously ill and passed away. After losing her guardian, the girl became disliked by the count's cruel daughter and was forced to work as a maid. Later, when the count's daughter was accepted into Serindia Academy, the girl was forced to accompany her as her maid. Monica was very sad for the girl. Then Louis told her that she would play the role of this poor girl. Monica was shocked by this request and couldn't respond. Night fell, and Monica remained as she was. Her cat tried to get her to talk to him. Monica spoke and told him that she couldn't guard the prince. The cat told her that she should have simply refused all of this. She told him that she couldn't because Louis would follow her wherever she went, and his appearance was terrifying. The hard warts on his knuckles under his gloves scared her. The cat told her to look on the bright side, that the prince must be very attractive. Then he told her that he loved books, and this was mentioned in Dustin Gunther's book, so he was fully aware of the matter. End of 11:4. That is the end of this 156, end of... Monica hesitated, then told him, "Aren't the Seven Sages supposed to attend celebrations and such? Haven't you seen the king before?" Monica said, "I always close my eyes out of shyness." Nero the cat said, "And how will you protect this person if you don't know him?" After that, we see Monica flying in the sky with Louis and Renz, and they finally arrive at Louis's house. Louis's wife examines her and thinks she's not well because her face is pale. Then Monica rests a little and looks better. Then she enters and she is mocked for her old clothes. They say that her name is registered among the lower classes of the Kerbeck family, and this is a great embarrassment to their family. They laugh at her in scorn. But the surprise is that this girl says, "I used to practice improving my voice daily, and now I'm practicing the voice of a wicked girl." Then this girl introduces herself as Isabella, the daughter of Count Kerbeck, and on behalf of her father and the villagers, she expresses her sincere thanks for killing the Black Dragon. Lady Isabella remembers the previous situation when the Black Dragon attacked the village and was heading towards their palace. A small boy brings her news that a sorceress from the royal capital defeated the Black Dragon, and she is the Silent Sorceress. She was able to eliminate the Black Dragon by herself, and there were no damages or casualties. At that moment, she cries. At this moment, we see green dragons entering the city and beginning to destroy it. Winged dragons have come for revenge for the Black Dragon. A large dragon stands on the palace and heads towards Isabella. It attacks her, but at the last moment, someone casts a spell on it, instantly destroying the dragon. It is revealed to be Monica, the wielder of silent magic. This is a great advantage for this sorceress, as humans cannot control mana and magic without incantations. But this genius made the impossible possible. This great sorceress, Monica Evart, is one of the Seven Sages, the elite mages of the Kingdom of Riddell, and she is the first sorceress in history to create spells without incantations. Then Monica eliminates all the dragons that were attacking the city. We return to reality, and Isabella says that Monica not only defeated the Black Dragon, but all the winged dragons as well, and she did it alone. Furthermore, she used the wind to carry the fallen winged dragons to protect the city from harm and disappeared without saying a word. "I heard you're infiltrating Serindia Academy this time, and I'll bully you repeatedly so no one suspects you." Don't worry and focus entirely on protecting His Highness. Please. Monica is very surprised and shocked by Isabella's words, and with this, our episode ends today. Wait for us in the next episode of this wonderful anime. We hope you don't miss the next episode, and therefore we ask you to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell button to receive all that is new. We ask anyone who has reached the end of this video to leave a beautiful comment, as this makes us very happy. Thank you for watching. The episode begins with Monica dreaming of her father bringing her a measuring tape, and she measured everything in the house. She was very happy, then woke up. She was in the carriage, on her way to the academy to perform her mission. Then we moved to the academy. Isabel was annoyed that she would sleep with Monica in the same room, and that she shouldn't have to sleep with the likes of her in one room. An academy employee apologized profusely to Isabel because he thought Monica was one of her relatives. But before that, while they were on the way, Monica was the one who objected to this while they were on the way, saying that she couldn't stay with anyone in one room. But Isabel told her to calm down and that she would solve this problem like a wicked lady. Then we returned to the academy. Isabel felt shocked in front of the employee, which led the employee to beg her to calm down and that he would do everything he could to solve this problem. Then Isabel told the employee that the attic room suited her, but the employee began to think about an empty place there. But Isabel told him if there was no empty place to put her in the stable and that she didn't care at all. This made Monica wonder about this behavior. Then the employee went to complete the preparations immediately. Then Isabel looked at Monica and winked at her. Then we moved to the student council of the Serendia Academy. The treasurer of the student council, Aaron, was being tried because evidence was found proving his manipulation of the account records. The council secretary, Elliot, learned that this had happened more than 30 times and verified this. The storekeeper, Bridget, also asked if the manipulation included the budget funds as well. The public relations officer, Neil, confirmed to her after reviewing them that it did not include the regular budget and that the number could range up to 50 times. Then the council president, Felix, told him that he was nominated for the student council thanks to the recommendation of the council president's grandfather, Duke Clockford, and that he thought his grandfather would lose confidence in Aaron's father after this incident, which made Aaron feel fear and annoyance about this. He began to ask himself who would bear these costs. Felix told him that his stupidity would tarnish the reputation among the Count's steals. But Aaron was very angry and lashed out at Felix, ordering him to shut up and rebuking him that he was just an obedient dog to the royal duke in name only. He attacked Felix, but Cyril confronted him and cast a spell on him that froze him in place and told him that lashing out at the council president was punishable by death. Then Cyril apologized to Felix because he had overstepped his bounds, but the council president thanked Cyril for his protection and told Arine that he was suspended pending the issuance of his official expulsion order, which shocked Arine greatly. Then we moved to Isabel. She was sad because she wanted to stay beside Monica to give them opportunities for tea parties tonight, but she was not able to fulfill her mission. Then they watched the council members restraining Aaron to throw him in prison. He was yelling that he had done nothing. Monica knew Aaron because she had met him before in meetings, as well as the rest of the council members except for Cyril. But his appearance is very important because he has the student council emblem. She thought that Isabel was much more suitable for this secret mission than her. Then we moved to Monica's class. The teacher, Victor, introduced Monica to the students and told the students that she had recently transferred here and asked Monica to introduce herself to the students. But Monica felt very nervous because she had to say something. Victor asked her to stand up straight because she was in a prestigious academy that included the elite of the country, and students here were expected to show proper behavior and good cultural taste. Monica remembered being bullied by her school friends and did not speak until Victor asked her to go to her seat. While the students were talking to each other, Monica was alone. Then one of the students called out to her and told her that her name was Lana and asked her why she styles her hair in braids. But Monica doesn't know any other hairstyle. Lana noticed that the rest of the students were talking about her, which made Monica feel very embarrassed. Then Lana asked Monica where she grew up. After learning that she grew up in the city of Lin, she rejoiced and told her that it was a large city on the border and asked her what was trending there. But Monica has no knowledge of this. Then Lana approached Monica and told her that lip rouge was the latest fashion in the royal capital. Monica was surprised by this. Then they heard the students talking about them. The students thought that Lana was showing off in front of Monica because she was rich and Monica was rural, but Lana did not care about them. She proceeded to grab Monica's hair and untangled it, asking her not to move. And Monica agreed to this. Lana styled Monica's hair. Monica was somewhat tense until Lana finished changing Monica's hairstyle and told her that this was easy and asked her to learn it later. Then she left. Then Monica went to see this in the mirror and was very surprised that she didn't even thank her. Then Monica wandered inside the academy, afraid of the students seeing her and hiding from them as much as possible. She remembered Lewis's punishment for her. Then she exclaimed that she would do her best to complete the mission, even drawing attention to herself. Then she quickly moved to an empty place and showed a little food, wondering if this would be enough for her. She moved to a quiet and peaceful place until she met Prince Felix at the end of the road. Then she retreated to find another place where no one was. She did not know that this was Felix. Then Elliot grabbed her and told her that she had fallen into the trap and asked her if this was a weapon, but she answered that it was her food. but he didn't believe that anyone puts their food in their pocket and asked her who she was working for. He made her follow them to this place, which made Monica feel very scared until she fell to the ground and the food fell out of her pocket. She was in pain from being grabbed so hard. Felix asked Elliot to let her go, but Elliot didn't want this and thought she was working with Aaron, but Felix gestured for him to be quiet until Elliot released her. Then Felix approached Monica and told her that he had heard about a transfer student in the second class this year and asked her if it was her, and your name is Monica. Monica was very embarrassed and answered that it was her, in sign language. Then Felix said to Elliot that she was not one of Aaron's supporters, and that she was just a small squirrel who had lost her way, and picked up the hazelnut from the ground, and gave it to her, and also apologized to her. While Monica was trying to thank him, Felix felt something being thrown at them from above, but Monica used her magic to ward off this thing. Elliot went quickly to investigate the matter. Then Felix asked Monica if she was okay. Then Monica lost consciousness after that and dreamed of a nightmare of being kidnapped and tortured by a thief. Then Monica woke up, startled. Then Selma came to her. She was a representative of the health committee in her class and asked her if she was okay because she heard that she had fallen to the ground. She began to examine her and told her that she could return to her residence after she calmed down. Then Monica moved to her house and was very exhausted. Nero came to her and asked her how it went, but Monica thought the matter was very impossible. Nero asked Monica if she had failed on her first day. She was about to cry, but Nero asked her to stop so she wouldn't fail next time and asked her to manipulate them with their balls or something like that. But Monica saw that mind control magic should not be used for such things because it could cause memory loss or a state of delirium. Nero felt fear from this and asked her to skip the matter and try again. But a large number of people were kind to her today, but she was not able to thank them at least as she should. But Nero will take care of this, and he asked for this himself. Monica was surprised that he could do this, but Nero turned into a person and asked her what she thought of this. Monica was very scared and asked him to come back to his form again and that she didn't want him in this form. But he asked her to tell him thank you. She was running away from him because she was afraid of him being human. Then Nero stopped joking with her and saw a suspicious person from the window. Monica looked at him intently and saw that he was an unknown person in the girl's residence. Nero expected that he was here targeting the prince. He asked her if we should follow him, but Monica told Nero that she met Prince Felix. Monica then recalled her father from the past and asked him if his research ended when he finished these calculations. But her father hadn't finished his research completely. It was just a small part because it was massive. He told her that most people think it's useless, and Monica was surprised by this since he had put in a lot of effort. Then she returned to her present, woke up, washed her face, looked in the mirror, and remembered that she hadn't cared for her hair before. She looked at Nero and asked him what he didn't consider useless, but Nero asked her if they were talking about philosophy. He told her he knew the word philosophy and asked her to praise him. Monica began to compliment him, and when she did, he told her those were his words, and her praise made him feel warmth and inner comfort. He said it was better for him to enjoy pointless things because life is full of pointless things, so why not enjoy them to the fullest? He mentioned that Dustin Gunther wrote this in his novel. However, Monica put in a lot of effort just to survive, so how could she enjoy something that was pointless? Then she remembered her father's words. The greater the challenge, the more enjoyment. Monica, she realized she had to challenge herself. Then she went to her classroom and tried to talk to Lana, who was surprised by her appearance and asked what she had done to herself. Monica told her she tried to do it like she did for her yesterday, but couldn't do it. She thanked her for yesterday, but Lana said she didn't need a headband from her. Then Monica asked Lana to show her the way she styled her hair yesterday and felt foolish for failing at the main point, which led to laughter. She asked her to sit down, which made Monica happy. Then Lana began teaching her and told her this comb was crafted by a skilled artisan in Anmil and was set with small precious stones with refined taste. Then she stopped talking and told her that all her stories were boring, so they became about wealth, and that she didn't have anything special to say. But Monica felt nervous once again and told her stories were boring because they only talked about numbers, which made Lana laugh. She told her that was strange, and Monica laughed too. Then she saw her hairstyle in the mirror and was amazed by its beauty. The placement of the braid and its angle made a big difference, and the proportion of her gathered hair looked good. However, Lana told her that these things aren't measured by numbers but by feelings, and asked her to undo it and do it again. Monica asked if she would undo it despite how beautiful it looked, which made Lana angry because if she didn't do it herself, she hadn't learned to do it. Then Elliot entered their classroom, which astounded the students, except Monica, who felt extremely anxious upon seeing him and immediately hid. Then Elliot approached her, discovered her hiding, and told her she immediately hid at the sight of anyone's fate. He called her a shy little squirrel, but Monica told him she was human and was extremely embarrassed and anxious. Then Elliot asked her to be quiet and follow him. They moved to the student council office and Felix apologized for calling Monica suddenly and introduced himself, saying he was the president of the student council. Then she remembered Louis telling her that this was a silly way to meet. Monica thanked Felix, which surprised him because he hadn't done anything to deserve thanks. She told him it was for the hazelnut in the clinic, but he told her not to worry about it. Monica asked Felix why he was sneaking out of the dorm, which made Felix angry because it was the first time he had heard this. He then asked about Monica's intent. Monica told him she saw him last night from her room's window, but Felix thought it was possible that she saw a suspicious person and asked how he looked. However, she couldn't see his face because of the hood, but his build was similar to Felix's. Felix thought that was normal since many people have the same build. Monica explained to him with evidence and proof that it had to be him. Elliot said she was being honest about every word, and Felix said he definitely thought Elliot believed Cyril would faint if he heard this. Felix thought that she was just a little squirrel who could never hurt anyone. If she were an assassin, she wouldn't hesitate to do something to him when they were alone, or she wouldn't have revealed that without hesitation. Elliot asked Felix about his interpretation of the flower pot falling on them. Monica anticipated it fell by accident, but Felix said it all started when the student council treasurer intervened in the budget until the procedure for his expulsion was complete. They decided to lock him in the student dorm, and Aaron hinted at the presence of an accomplice in the crime, which led to an incident he had before. So Elliot set a trap in the backyard, and Monica was shocked to learn she was seen as an assassin in their eyes. She imagined Louis telling her that she succeeded in achieving things in more unexpected ways. Then Elliot approached Monica and asked if she was Aaron's partner, right? She told him she wasn't, but Elliot insisted that she would find him the real partner. This shocked Monica once more, and she told him she would do it. Felix told her he would leave it to her. Monica then went to the yard and cried a lot because of what had happened to her. Nero told her that she became a personal guardian, and he asked her if it was a problem to be viewed as an assassin, which made Monica shocked. Our episode begins with Monica crying intensely because she wants to return home, she's alone here, and has no one. Nero the cat approaches her, trying to comfort her and telling her that she must find the person targeting the prince. They then see a broken flower pot, and Monica guesses it was thrown from above due to a wind magician's use of magic. Monica then enters the academy to investigate the story of the flower pot and sees a group of girls talking to a girl named Thelma, bothering her because her fiancé Aaron might leave school due to a sudden illness. Then, one of the girls sarcastically tells them that she will invite everyone to the upcoming party at her house, which will be her engagement party with Aaron. Monica hides and listens to them. Then her friend Lana comes and takes Monica, and they go up to the girls asking them to let them pass. We see that arrogant girl named Caroline say, "My, aren't you Lana Colette from the newly rich Barons family? You need to improve your manners. Don't you know my family is of much higher standing than yours? Shouldn't you at least greet me first?" Lana gets angry and asks her to move aside so she can pass, and she starts to mock Caroline. Caroline gets very angry and hits Lana, who then bumps into Monica, causing Monica to fall down the stairs. While falling, Monica thinks about using wind magic, but that would seem strange to everyone. She finds another solution, using her magic on the stairs to make the fall painless, and she lets herself fall down the stairs. She then collides with Vice President Cyril and apologizes profusely for what happened. He reassures her and tries to ask about her condition, whether she's okay or not. Monica is surprised because he didn't scold her or get angry. The Vice President asks what happened, and Caroline lies, telling him that Lana pushed Monica down the stairs as a joke. Lana denies her statement and tells him that she was the one who pushed her, and as a result, she collided with Monica, and Monica became a victim of that. Caroline tells her that Lord Cyril knows she is from the family of Count Norn, and he will surely believe her. Monica talks to herself and says, "This is the aristocratic world. When someone of high status decides you are evil, it becomes a reality, even if the person is not wrong." Monica decides that she will speak the truth because if she doesn't and is afraid like every time, she will cause harm to Lana. Then Monica looks at him with great fear and tells him that she tripped on her own and no one was responsible for it. She then apologizes to everyone and leaves quickly. She then goes to piano class, and her friend tells her to come back another time, but Monica asks her to go into the balcony. Monica actually goes in to check on the flower pot, but her friend doesn't give her a chance and tells her that she will go out and close the class, and if she wants to reserve the room, she must submit a request form in the teacher's room. Monica thanks her for that. Then we see Felix in his room with his friend, and Monica enters, and Felix asks her if she has made any progress. Monica approaches him and tells him that she knows the culprit. Then the scene shifts to a group of girls in class talking to Thelma about how they can't believe her fiancé Aaron left school, and they tell her that they are her friends and will listen to her anytime she wants, but they are actually trying to mock her. Then Felix's assistant comes to them and asks Thelma to come with him, and they go to Felix's room. Felix tells her that 2 incidents occurred. The first was the sign that fell before the entrance ceremony, and the second was the flower pot. Monica told him that she was responsible for both incidents, so is that true? He then asks Monica for an explanation. Monica says, "The site of the sign's fall was cleaned, but I think I know what happened with the flower pot. It was dropped from one of the second-floor balconies in the east wing, directly above where it fell. But looking at the speed of the fall and how it shattered, as Monica read the detailed account, they told her she could skip the unimportant parts. Then she said, based on my calculations, this happened from the 4th floor. I checked who reserved music room number 2 at that time." The other girl replied, "I didn't do that, I just went to water the plants." The problem was that Monica and the other girl, Charlotte, looked similar, with no significant difference in their height. Monica then remembered what had happened. The balcony railing was high enough to prevent anyone from falling, and there was an overturned flower pot. Monica got angry and said, "Do you think I used it to stand on? It just happened to be there." But Charlotte spoke up and said, "I see you're wearing gloves today. When I saw you in the infirmary, I noticed how soft and white your fingers were. The reason you weren't wearing gloves was because they got dirty when you moved the flower pot. I found a pair of dirty gloves in the trash can near the music room. They were embroidered with your initials." The other girl screamed, shocked and stunned that her secret had been exposed. She then fell to the ground and said, "It's true. Yes, I'm the culprit. I did everything. The flower pot, the fallen sign, the student council budget, all of it was my doing. I deceived Aaron, but I don't want anyone to hurt him. I want you to protect him. Don't take my fiancé from someone who has nothing." Monica then asked Felix, "Mr. Felix, what will you do with that girl, Thelma?" He informed her, "This was an assassination attempt in the royal palace. The entire family deserves the death penalty. That's what I'd like to say. But given the circumstances, perhaps it's best for her to withdraw from school voluntarily, also citing illness." He then continued with his records. Monica noticed something strange in the records and told him, "The records are different from each other." He asked her, "What? You noticed that so easily? Do you know how to read accounting records too?" She replied, "Yes, actually, I know everything. I arranged the numbers to fit the matter, but the execution wasn't good." He said, "Bravo. Look, if you don't mind, could you help me review the accounting records?" She said, "Really? This is the happiest day. When I'll be with you." He replied, "Okay, great. I'll be happy too that you're here, and because of that, I'm officially appointing you as the treasurer of the student council." Monica fainted from extreme joy. At night, she was sitting with the cat, and he told her, "Calm down, value your awe. Enough of your astonishment. It's the truth. The king grants dominion to whom he wills and removes it from whom he wills." She cried tears of joy and said, "Thank God. I ended up becoming the treasurer of the student council. This is unbelievable." The prince then told them that he had asked her to review the past 5 years, and she had accomplished it in just 2 hours while they were absent. He then asked her for her opinion on the accounts. Monica replied that she was surprised by the noticeable negligence in managing such a huge sum. Cyril yelled at her for daring to address His Royal Highness in such a manner. Monica returned to her room, crying, wanting to go back to the mountain cottage and not wanting to stay there. We then see Cyril searching the records for what happened. This student had just transferred here and became the treasurer. Cyril continued searching the records and found that she was right and that it was her handwriting. But suddenly, he felt a severe headache and had to go to his room to sleep early. The next morning, we find Isabel yelling at Monica, asking her how someone so disgraceful to their family could serve on the student council and how she had truly managed to win His Highness's admiration. She then congratulated her on her appointment as treasurer of the student council. Monica didn't understand anything that was happening. Isabel had broken all those cups. Isabel told her that they had used dishes that were already slightly broken. When she saw Monica had changed her hairstyle, she asked her maid to do the same for her. The maid told her that she would make her beautiful, matching hairstyles on holidays because wicked ladies don't style their hair like the girl they bully. After that, Monica went to her classroom. Lana entered and told her that she had heard a rumor saying Monica was a member of the student council. Monica didn't answer her. Lana then told her that she wasn't the one who pushed her down the stairs yesterday, but she was the cause of Caroline's provocation. She then asked if Monica was hurt, and Monica told her that nothing had happened to her. The scene then shifts to His Royal Highness the Prince meeting with all the members. He asks Cyril to teach Miss Monica how to perform her duties as treasurer starting today. Cyril is surprised but agrees immediately. Monica becomes very scared and asks His Royal Highness about this and why Cyril specifically. The prince tells her it's because Cyril was the treasurer before becoming vice president. Monica tells him she'd prefer someone her own age. The prince reassures her that Cyril will train her well. The scene then moves to Cyril with Monica, where he's teaching her the basics of the job and treating her very kindly. She even sneezes because she's cold, and he gives her a scarf because the room is chilly. She apologizes to him, saying that by reviewing the previous accounts, she added a lot to his burden. Cyril tells her that this isn't an additional burden, but work that must be done, and he doesn't want her to be so anxious. He says, "You've earned His Highness's trust by proving your competence, and your work was impeccable, so hold your head high and be proud of it." She apologizes and says, "No matter what happens, I can't be proud of myself." Cyril tells her, "I hate the phrase, I can't." Regarding the incident on the stairs, I questioned the students who were nearby and found out what happened. The culprit, Caroline, has received a severe warning and will issue a written apology. Your evasive behavior delayed the discovery of the truth. Monica thinks to herself that he is a very kind person and is surprised that there are people like him, even among the nobility. In the evening, Cyril is seen walking down a corridor saying to himself, "Helping the treasurer, Monica, has delayed me a lot. I need to deliver these accounting documents to Professor Thornley quickly." But as he says this, he is very surprised and scared. Who is this professor, and why is Cyril worried about meeting him? This is what we will find out in the next episode, so stay tuned. Please subscribe to the channel and activate the bell icon to receive all new updates. Our episode today begins with Miss Rin entering the Silent Sorceress's chamber. Rin tells her, "I have a very urgent message from Mr. Louis. The message reads, I, Louis Miller, am pleased to announce that I'm going to be a father. Rin doesn't finish as the cat gets angry and exclaims, I don't want to hear this. I don't need to know this information. But Rin continues, it seems Mr. Louis is overjoyed, and this is the most important news we have. The cat gets angry again and says, What? What? Was this the most important news? It's trivial. After that, the silent sorceress opens a letter whose content states, I realize your inability to convey information verbally, so write down your important updates on this paper and hand it to the lady in front of you now, Rin. Then, Rin calls out to the silent sorceress and says, Look at that window. There's an excessive amount of ice mana emanating from behind the boys' dormitory. We don't know what the problem is. Meanwhile, we see Krail walking in the forest saying, I have to tell them. What does Krail want to tell them? He says, the goblin responsible for forging financial records. But he falls to the ground and doesn't continue his journey. At that moment, something strange happens. Mana glows in his chest, and he screams in pain as more and more ice fills the place. Rin, the silent sorceress, and the cat come out to see what's happening. Perhaps this man is suffering from mana overabsorption, a condition where the body absorbs more mana than it can handle. Those who suffer from it usually wear magical tools to help them release excess mana. The matter is very serious for that man, and we must do something now or he will die. The cat runs very fast and tries, but it flies like a feather in the air. Here, the silent sorceress steps forward, and ice blasts strike her, but she deflects them. She instantly dispersed that enormous ice blade. Yes, my friends, she controls everything. A powerful girl, a mastermind, wise. Then she directs a massive fire energy like a fire dragon towards that ice, and it wraps around it directly and explodes it. Yes, it's the silent sorceress, that power, that might, no one else possesses it. The man was hallucinating words, remembering his mother and father. He remembers his father when he was deceased and they visited his grave, but he was harsh on his mother, treating her violently every day. After a short while, he died due to alcohol addiction. I was trying to lighten my mother's burdens in any way possible. I want her to be filled with happiness in any way, for she is all I have left in this world. And she runs to her and says, Don't say it. The Marco-Hune family wants to adopt me, and they are a very wealthy family, and I want to do all this for you so I can provide for you. We return to reality, and Krail emerges from his coma and tells the silent princess, Return it, it's very important. She returns it to him, and he falls into a coma again. She tells her, he's safe now. I've added an additional enchantment to him because his condition is abnormal and anyone can control him, but if he uses it well, it could become a real source of power for a great wizard. I don't want him to consider it a curse. Then she orders Nero to take care of him, and they leave quickly. Then the silent princess explains to Rin what happened with Lord Krishel. It wasn't just mana poisoning. It was more like symptoms of mental manipulation. We must find out the reason. So Monica goes to that man, and he asks her, what brings you here? Did you forget? Curfew for going out without permission is not your business, nor is it for you to do this. She told him, there's a very serious matter. What are you doing with those things? I've memorized all the numbers in the documents I reviewed. He asked her, what exactly do you mean? She remembers the student council's accounting records, which had been chaotic for a while, but 5 years ago the forgery methods became more sophisticated, and the amount of money diverted increased. That started in the year you became a consultant to the student council, sir. At that, he gets angry, grabs her hand, and turns on her, saying furiously, magical research requires a lot of money. Then he casts a spell on her. Monica understands that he wants to manipulate her mind, but she tells him that this will never work on her. For her, it's a trivial matter. And she shatters that spell with ease. The man is stunned by her strength and intelligence and says, What? What are you doing? Are you rephrasing my magical formulas? This is impossible. How can a girl like you invent such a perfect formula without incantations or any words? Stop this, stop. Then she returns the spell to him powerfully, and its effect lasts for about 24 hours. He then gets up and says, why am I here? Then he grabs a book and says, yes, that's right. I have to return these modified documents to the student council. Cyril Ashley realized I tampered with them just by looking at the handwriting. Erasing memories wasn't enough. Perhaps I'll resort to brainwashing after that. But wait, what about the student council president? After that, he finds a pig and pulls the book from it and says, what? What? What is a pig doing in this place? Maybe I'm dreaming? Then the pigs multiply and rush and overwhelm him. But in the end, we find that Monica is the one who cast the mind manipulation spell on him and says, oh my god, I overdid it with this spell and I can't control it. Rin comes to her and tells her, leave it to me, I'll overcome it. Then they hear the man saying, pigs, pigs, get away from me, these pigs. After a few days, the school was talking about Professor Thornley being arrested while researching black magic. Monica hears the conversation and doesn't say anything as she knows everything already. The other person tells her one of the 7 sages arrested Professor Thornley and also informs her that it seems Louis Miller did it. The scene quickly shifts to the Lord, who says, it seems Cyril has recovered as well. The man, disguised as a lizard, informs him. Lord Ashley's condition was due to mana poisoning. Perhaps someone carried him to the boys' dormitory, but despite my close monitoring, I haven't been able to identify that person yet. As for the treasurer, the Lord asks, are you Commander Lizard worried about appointing her treasurer, even though she doesn't seem like an ordinary person? I'm also surprised how she didn't fall into the trap I set for her. She didn't even touch the keys that were next to the valuable materials in the student's room. I was watching her day and night from certain angles, for I, Mr. Lizard, can do these things with great precision. But perhaps she is a monitor sent by Duke Clockford, or perhaps an assassin targeting my life, Mr. Lizard told him. Sir, don't joke about such matters. It won't escalate like that. The scene moves to Monica, who is overcome by sleep and has been working too much, so she falls asleep on her seat. Duke Critchell enters and pulls the quill from her, then says, "What small hands, like those that placed on me or gave me the necklace. But my friends, in the end it is her." But he doesn't know anything. At that moment, the prince enters and Critchell is surprised by him. He pretends to try to wake the girl and tells her, "How can you sleep during your shift?" Then he shakes her and says, "Hey, wake up now!" But she was also completely dazed. The prince then offers her some sweets, but she utters some words and embarrasses Critchell, whom she had been secretly dating through messages, as she tells him, "Congratulations on your wife's pregnancy, and I will bring you the appropriate gift." Critchell gets angry and is greatly embarrassed in front of the prince and tells him, "Don't believe her, she's probably babbling." Louis is upset. His maid asks if something is wrong. Louis tells her, "No matter how many times I read this letter, the first part is excellent and deserves praise because she was the first to congratulate me, and this girl's joining the student council is an exceptional achievement." The maid informs him that the silent sorceress wasn't assigned to guard the second prince, but the magical protection charm she spent all night creating was easily destroyed by the second prince. "And now, you're venting your anger on the shy, silent sorceress, Mr. Louis. I've heard you're a disturbed person who enjoys bullying the weak." Louis tells her that everyone misunderstands him because bullying the strong is more enjoyable than bullying the weak. The maid tells him, "You're torturing the silent sorceress with these words, and it seems you truly enjoy bullying someone as weak as her." The silent sorceress believes she has finally become one of the 7 sages. Louis says, "I wonder about this truth, and I want to confirm it. I'm proud to be a special kind of genius, and I'll tell you one thing for sure. This girl is a monster. And I realize that my true majesty is secretly monitoring the second prince. The second prince is a competent man who has gained trust both domestically and internationally, and he also has the support of Duke Clockford, the most powerful noble in the country. It's understandable that he's seen as a future king, but he remains a mystery. The second prince is a very cunning person who cannot be defeated by direct methods. And as I told you, I want to bully the strong." The scene then shifts to Elliot, who is very angry because he deals with the repercussions of Professor Thornley daily, which is very frustrating. We see the other members with him, and Cyril says, "Because, after the misconduct of the honest treasurer and the arrest of the student council advisor, trust has been greatly shaken. From now on, we must be more careful and perform our duties diligently." We then see Monica submitting reports to the prince, who asks and permits her to greet the club presidents on his behalf. She becomes very afraid and embarrassed by this, as she is very shy. Cyril tells her he will accompany her. After observing Monica's honesty and extreme dedication to work, he believes she is the best person to be the treasurer. Monica agrees with great joy, pleasure, and pride. And with this happy ending, our episode today concludes. Wait for us in future episodes of this wonderful anime, but we ask you to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell button to receive all new updates. The episode begins with the city and a giant monster appeared there. Monica was using a viewing spell to see the monster clearly because it was far from her. Nero was also with her and felt angry about the dragon's appearance because it would ruin his request for food from the shops. Then one of the wizards appeared and directed a strike at the monster, but was surprised that the monster wasn't affected at all. He was able to dodge the monster's strike and flew high up. We move to Nero, and Nero asks, why doesn't this wizard attack from the sky? But Monica thought that using 2 spells at the same time is difficult, but Nero told Monica that it's not difficult for her at all. Then we move to the wizard again, and he used a spell again to eliminate the monster. But this time, Monica helped him from a distance. Then the wizard directed a strike at the monster, and when smoke appeared, Monica used her spell and fired at the monster, which led to eliminating it. This led the city guards to approach the wizard to thank him, but the wizard told them that this was a lucky strike for him. Then Monica asked Nero to move his head away from her because it's heavy. Then Nero told Monica that he carried her the whole way and asked her to reward him by getting him food. He wanted to eat chicken. Monica asked if the shops are open now, but the shops had opened, and Nero saw that humans are tougher. But Monica sees herself as not tough at all. But Nero grabbed Monica and asked her if she doesn't notice that she's no longer afraid of him when he's in his human form, and that she's now tougher than before. Then we moved to the school, to the teacher's room, and there was one of the teachers who thought she had become responsible for the class that Teacher Thornley was teaching because he was arrested. But one of the staff members appeared to them and announced the joining of a new teacher named William, who is a water bite wizard and will be their new professor in magic basics, starting today. William welcomed them. Then the staff member continued talking about William's achievements, and one of his achievements was that the Silent Witch and the Barrier Wizard were his students before joining the 7 Sages. But William saw that the honorary professor position he had was a source of great boredom. Then we moved to Monica. Neil asked Monica if she had decided on her elective subjects, but Monica hadn't done this yet. But Elliot thought that arts are among the finest activities for nobles and asked Monica if she can play a musical instrument, but Monica can't do this. And here Elliot thought that drawing is the best choice for Monica. Cyril said that he was assigned to the Advanced Practical Magic Applications class because magic is also among the finest noble activities. There was a clash between Elliot and Cyril about this. But Felix told Cyril that his voice is beautiful in singing, which embarrassed Cyril, and he asked Felix when did he hear him singing. Felix heard him when Cyril was alone in the records room, and that he was skilled, and asked him to let him hear his singing sometime later, which led to Cyril's refusal, saying he went to get some papers, but he's escaping. Felix told Elliot that he can also play the violin, and that he asked him to let him hear his playing alongside Cyril sometime too. But Elliot asked Felix to excuse him from this. Then Felix asked her opinion about her elective subjects being magic. He thought it's somewhat like mathematics. But Monica couldn't reply, but she remembered Louis when he told her if he asks her a question and she can't reply, tell him she'll think about it. Felix asked her again if she wants him to show her the nature of the class tomorrow. Monica replied, "Okay, I'll think about it." And Felix told her he'll pick her up from class tomorrow, which shocked Monica. The next day, Monica was with Felix, and Felix told Monica that this academy is special regarding magic. Monica asked Felix if he practices magic, but Felix doesn't have any talent for magic. Then Neil and his new friend saw Prince Felix in the hallway. And Neil's friend was very surprised to see the prince and introduced himself to him, saying, "His name is Glenn, and he's in the same class as Neil." The prince also introduced himself to Glenn, and they shook hands with each other. Monica also introduced herself, and Glenn grabbed her to shake her hand, but very strongly. Then Glenn showed roasted chestnuts and gave them to Felix and Monica as a token of friendship, but Neil was annoyed by Glenn's behavior and asked him to show some respect. Then Felix said he heard about an earth dragon appearing in Kree, and it seems a passing wizard defeated it and asked him if he was involved in this. But Glenn told him he wasn't involved in this at all, which surprised Monica because he was the one who faced the monster. Then Glenn asked Monica what elective subject is she attending. As usual, Monica couldn't speak, and Felix told them he brought Monica to see Magic Basics. Glenn and Neil were going there too. Then they moved to the Magic Basics room, and Monica thought no one would recognize her in this place. But William, the new magic teacher, appeared to her, which shocked her, and she remembered her past with him. Then Felix told the teacher that he brought the students here to take a look, but William asked about the number of beginners because his eyesight is weak. When he learned they were only 3, he asked them to sit wherever they wanted. Monica was amazed that he didn't recognize her. Then William explained to the students about 3 important points that make a wizard skilled, and Monica felt very embarrassed. Then William explained to them that mathematics is also very important to a wizard, and they can through it cast a spell without chance, and there's an example of this, which is the Silent Witch, which led to Monica's shock once again. Then William explained to them the last point of the 3, which is mana manipulation, and that if a person among them enjoys this technique, they can use magic even if they don't understand the magical formulas well, although the quality might be low. Then he asked them to take a look at this mana measuring device, and the blue color appeared to them, which indicates that his preferred element is water. He told the students that now it's their turn, and Glenn got excited because he wanted to test if his mana exceeded 150. He would join the 7 sages. But Neil strongly refused this because he doesn't have the power. Monica said to herself that the last time she measured her power, it was 202. And she's still growing. Neil placed his hands, and he had a mana level of 96, and his preferred element is earth. William told him that this isn't bad at all, which made Neil feel happy about this. Monica was hiding, so she wouldn't do this, but Glenn stepped forward, but Monica tried to leave the class, but William asked her to stop and asked her if he knew her before, but on the other side, he almost broke the mana measuring device. And Glenn told William that the device was broken, which made William busy with the device, and Monica escaped immediately. Then she stopped and asked why Glenn's power exceeded 250, and that there are only 2 of the 7 sages who possess this level of mana. Then she heard a sound coming from the adjacent room and went to check the room and saw a group of young people playing chess. Then Elliot appeared beside her and welcomed her and asked her if she likes chess, but Monica denied that she doesn't know him at all. But Elliot told her not to hesitate and held her to teach her. Then they prepared to play with each other, and Monica asked Elliot what he does to win. This made Elliot laugh and told her she just needs to take her opponent's king, and told her that this game is like waging wars. Monica wondered, since it's like waging wars, then which piece resembles a wizard soldier? Elliot told her it could be the bishop piece because warrior monks used magic in the old days. But Monica started asking strange questions, which surprised Elliot. But Elliot told her that all this isn't taken into consideration in the game. But Monica thought that on the battlefield in this simulated war is just a flat surface. This surprised the other players with her intelligence. Monica saw that the goal is to defeat the king, and Elliot confirmed this to her. Monica thought this was very easy and everyone paid attention to her in the game. Then Elliot asked her to play, and Monica wondered if it's okay if she made the first move, right? Elliot discovered that she learned that the advantage goes to whoever starts first. Then Monica began, and started playing against each other, and everyone was watching them and waiting for the winning result. Elliot asked himself how did Monica do this, and that his position is something indeed. Then he thought he could win with the castling move, but Elliot didn't tell her about this move. While he was making this move, his hands were trembling, but Monica made a positive move. Elliot told her that this move is called castling, and it's only done if the king and rook haven't moved before and there's no piece between them. But Monica told him she lost because it's impossible to win if castling is an official move. Then she apologized because she thought it was easy and that facing a human opponent means there are many variables. Then the chess teacher came forward and asked Monica her name, but she stumbled again in pronunciation. Then Elliot introduced Monica to the teacher and that she's with him in the student council. Then the teacher held Monica's hand to remember her and asked her to join this class. Then night fell and we moved to Monica's room. Nero asked Monica, "Which class will you choose?" But Monica was in shock about her situation and Nero directed strikes at her to wake her up. But Monica said it's impossible for her to join the basic magic class because teacher William is the one who teaches, but she must choose 2 classes. Nero saw that Monica is difficult to handle and asked her if he should pat her with his paws. She asked him for this a lot. Then we moved to the student council room and Monica was very happy because of her chess practice. Elliot asked Cyril what he drew, but Cyril told him it's a bull and wheel very clearly. Then Monica approached them and asked them what they're talking about. Then Cyril asked Monica to make Elliot see the merchant's logo. Then Elliot asked Monica, "Does this look like a bull?" This embarrassed Monica and she apologized. Elliot thought this was the truth and Cyril said that Felix was able to figure this out. Then Monica showed him Abbott Company's logo and that she saw it 2 days ago on a list. Cyril saw that his bull is missing a tail, but Elliot thought what Cyril is missing is the drawing talent itself. But Elliot now knows what it looks like. Then Elliot told Monica that the merchants will arrive soon and asked her to accompany him. Then Monica accompanied Elliot and Cyril was watching them, but his friend noticed he's very careful. Then Elliot and Monica moved to meet the merchants, but Elliot felt disappointed because he didn't confess to Monica about the castling move in chess. When he was about to apologize to her, Monica noticed that Abbott Company's logo was different on the carriages. Elliot asked Monica if she was wrong, but Monica doesn't forget anything she saw before, and the bull is also missing a tail. But Elliot asked Monica to call the guards and that he would buy time. Meanwhile, on the other side, one of the thieves was approaching him with a knife. Monica hesitated about this, but Elliot told her he's a noble and his duty is to protect the common people. Then the thief showed his weapon and Elliot attacked him, but Monica acted quickly and cast magic on the horse, which led to striking the thieves through the horse. And she succeeded in eliminating them. But the horse almost collided with Elliot, but he avoided this. Then Elliot asked Monica to dodge the horse, but the horse passed quickly by her side, which made Monica feel very afraid. Then the horse came back again, but one of the female students mounted it and succeeded in controlling it and made the horse feel reassured. After that, the thieves were tied up and kept in the warehouse, and Elliot went to call the guards and asked them to stay in their place. Then Monica thanked the girl for helping her. Then the student introduced herself as Casey, and she's in her 3rd year. Then Monica introduced herself too, and Monica felt annoyed when the horse made a sound near her. But Casey calmed the horse again and asked Monica if she wanted to try, but she must pat it first. Then Monica patted the horse and apologized to it because she heard it before. Asked if she likes horses, but Casey asked her not to talk to her so formally and asked her to call her Casey. Then she told her she loves horses and told her that in her hometown she used to help load animals on carriages, like in the old Sam Pig song, somewhat, and told her she might not know it and it's a children's song about animals. But Monica knows the song well, and it contains beautiful number sequences which made Casey laugh a lot, and she couldn't believe she would meet someone who knows this song. Then she told her she doesn't get along with the rest of the students here because she's just a rural noble who goes hunting. Then she asked Monica to accompany her and they rode the carriage. Then she asked her to open her eyes, which amazed Monica a lot. Casey asked Monica if she likes horses, but Monica thinks horses are very beautiful. Then Casey asked Monica if she wanted to join the horse riding class, but Monica's physical strength is very bad, but Casey told her that the teacher said beginners are welcome, and she'll get teacher Casey as an additional teacher if she joins them. Monica was very hesitant, and she wanted to try something new. Monica asked Casey, "Do you think I can ride horses?" Then we moved to Monica's room. Nero asked Monica what happened. He noticed she's very tired today, but Monica didn't answer him because she's sleeping from exhaustion. The episode opens with Monica and Felix dancing, but their moves are wild and chaotic. Everyone watches in utter astonishment, muttering, "What kind of foolishness is this?" After 10 minutes, Monica spins like a wooden top. Sazi rushes over and tells them, "You two need to do something before the retest. I can't believe you're still getting the steps wrong." She then switches their partners until they master the moves. Monica is completely exhausted. Lana comes over and helps them. Meanwhile, the headmistress wonders if the students are practicing correctly. She enters the room and finds them training diligently. They then go to the prince, who welcomes them warmly and tells them, "Don't worry, you will succeed, God willing." He goes to Monica, lifts her chin and says, "You will live up to my expectations." She replies, "God willing, I will. First, I'll analyze the dance and match it to my steps. It's time to analyze the dance." Cyril advises her, "Move your body instead of using your mind." The scene shifts to Nero the cat, who says, "I saw everything from the window. I didn't know these dances were a competition where the winner is the one who steps on their partner's foot the most." Monica replies, "You idiot, that's not it. Don't you remember what was in the book?" He remembers the book and recounts the story. They intertwine with each other and move according to their heart's guidance, but I pictured them stepping on each other's feet. She corrects him. "That's not right. Leave me alone." Monica feels the pressure of the prince's high expectations. She must win the dance and not let anyone down. She remembers her father, who once said, "I want to live up to everyone's expectations. Listen to this, Monica. The human body is made up of countless numbers. If we can analyze the formulas that make a human, we will be happy to save many people who suffer from diseases. That's why I must do my best." Monica was very proud of her father, who lived up to everyone's expectations and cured many diseases. Yet he was wronged, humiliated, and killed. As for me, in my attempt to live up to the expectations of others, I discovered magic without incantations. I must do my best, she thinks. Suddenly, she stands up. The cat asks, "What's wrong?" She replies, "Nothing, I just want to practice the dance a little more." He transforms into his true form and asks, "Do you need help, my lady?" She says, "Yes, but you don't know how to dance." He replies, "I'll try and practice with you." They practice together for more than 3 hours. The next morning, Monica arrives for the exam. She remembers Nero the cat, who was very skilled at dancing. Her body is completely exhausted. The headmistress comes and tells them that the exam will be difficult. Afterward, Monica meets her friend, who says, "I will do my best to help you succeed, but you must try my tea. You only have to avoid one thing, bringing the same kind of thing as someone else to the party. Perhaps they will be entering a tea party tomorrow. Can you check the types of tea the other girls will bring?" Monica says, "At my table, there are Lana, Colette, Casey McGrove, and a girl I don't know." Her friend replies, "Don't worry about anything. No matter which evil noblewoman shows up, I will guarantee a perfect tea for you." The preparation begins, and they enter the table, where everyone is present. Monica's friend starts preparing her special tea. Afterward, they gather, and they see the black-hailed woman preparing a very beautiful tea. This black-hailed woman starts speaking to them arrogantly, telling them, "This is the most expensive tea of the season. None of you will ever be able to make anything like it. She is the most annoying and doesn't fit in with the atmosphere," Monica's friend Claudia says. Claudia retorts that the woman is wrong if she truly thinks she's worth anyone's time. Claudia then asks if anyone knows the Silent Witch, but no one replies. So she tells them that the Silent Witch mastered magic without incantations at just 15 years old while studying at Minerva. She developed over 20 new magical formulas and is known for never attending any academic lectures. She also never uttered a single word at the ceremony where she was appointed as one of the 7 sages. Monica is shocked by her friend's words because she is the witch Claudia is talking about. She was unable to speak due to extreme anxiety, so Louis gave a speech on her behalf. Claudia continues, telling her friend that she should read about the witch to get an idea of her personality. She is very intelligent and wise and must have realized the value of silence. Monica becomes even more embarrassed, thinking she isn't as smart as Claudia says. She's just a shy introvert. Claudia then reveals that the Silent Witch's real name is Monica Everett, the same name as their friend. She turns to Monica and tells her she hasn't said a word since arriving, perhaps because she doesn't want to waste her words on fools. Monica escapes, using the excuse that she's going to get them some tea. In the kitchen, Monica wonders if her friend has figured out she is the Silent Witch. She tries to distract herself and not think about it. She looks for the tea, but finds it thrown in the trash. At that moment, her friend Cassie comes to check on her, having noticed her extreme nervousness. When Cassie sees the tea in the trash, she asks if Monica has any spare tea. Monica replies that she doesn't, so her friend offers her own tea. So Cassie is offered tea, her friend offers her own tea. Monica hesitates because she would be serving the same tea as someone else, but her friend reassures her that the most important thing is that everyone is happy. The scene returns to Claudia and Lana, who are arguing. Cassie arrives and they ask her about Monica, as she went after her to help. Then Monica returns with coffee. They are confused since she went to get tea. Nervous, she tells them she wanted them to taste her coffee because it is very delicious and they would love it. Everyone tries it and finds that it is indeed delicious with no strange aftertaste. They had never drunk coffee this easily before. Monica explains that the longer the coffee is prepared, the stronger its flavor becomes, but using this teapot, they can prepare it faster. Claudia says she understands, but tells her that while presenting something unexpected isn't a bad thing. This is a tea party, and drinking a non-tea beverage is out of the question. Monica replies that she just wanted to share something she truly loves with her dear friends, so she is the one who doesn't fit in the most. Lana happily drinks her entire cup, loving its strength. After the tea party, Monica and her friend Cassie walk together. Cassie says she's finally done with the party and now only has to pass the retake dance exam. Monica becomes even more worried, not knowing what to do. Cassie reassures her and tells her she will help her, just like she always does. At that moment, the prince and his assistant enter. The prince tells Monica that he wasn't so heartless as to place all his hopes in her and then abandon her. His assistant then tells her that she should be grateful for His Highness's boundless generosity. The prince confronts Cyril, asking, "I don't recall inviting you. Did you finish all your work early today? You weren't planning on attending Norton's practice from the start." Cyril responds, "I am your Highness's assistant." Cyril then speaks to Norton, telling her that according to General Affairs Officer Maywood, her dancing is very poor. He then asks Norton to dance with him, and everyone is impressed by how beautifully they dance together. Norton thinks to herself, "I know what I should do. For some reason, this isn't the Lord Ashley I know, but all the numbers in his body still indicate that he is Lord Ashley." Cyril speaks to her harshly. "You see, this is how you lead a lady." Norton replies, "I'm relieved you've returned to your true self." He tells her that in a partner dance, everything depends on the man's skill in leading. The prince tells Dudley to learn the art of leading from Cyril and that he will take care of Norton. The prince then dances with Norton, but she is hesitant. He tells her, "You were dancing more naturally when you were with Cyril." She explains that she was surprised by how differently Lord Ashley acted, and it ended before she even realized it. The prince tells her, "Don't think about the steps right now, just walk naturally while we talk. When I look closely into your eyes, I see a faint green hint, like sunlight filtering through a thick forest. I've never seen that look on your face before." Monica notices his necklace and says, "The engraving on it seems very beautiful up close. It can be used as a reflective barrier. These barriers are usually weak, but by using multiple facets, the refractive index must be adjusted first." After they finish dancing, everyone applauds, saying, "Your performance was great. You danced so wonderfully." Monica, happy, says, "The engraving on your highness's brooch reflects light very beautifully, and while I was admiring the reflection, I stopped thinking about unnecessary things." Everyone is surprised. The prince asks, "Was talking to me something unnecessary?" She replies that she didn't mean that, but that she danced well thanks to his beautiful brooch. This is how today's episode of this anime ends. Wait for us in the next episodes. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe and activate the bell button to receive all that is new. Our episode begins today with Prince Ares, who says, "It seems the one who defeated the Earth Dragon in the city of Crimea was a young, traveling mage." He points to a location. "Perhaps they are watching us from there. An assassin will carry out an assassination soon. We must be very careful until things pass peacefully, God willing." Elsewhere, we see the rest of the group. Monica was with them along with Jachi, Neil, and others. They seem to be lighting a fire to grill Kofa on charcoal. Finally, after they finished the grilling, which took more than an hour, they began to eat from the skewers, enjoying themselves immensely and talking about what happened at the dance competition. Professor Monica was very impressed. "I only succeeded thanks to the Lord's brilliant guidance." The prince enters and asks them, "Are you having fun?" They are surprised to see him and ask, "What brought you here? We're grilling meat on charcoal. Would you like to eat with us?" He informs them that they are unauthorized and therefore must obtain a license before Neil tells him. "What license are you talking about? You're here with us and everything is fine. Here, take a skewer of meat and be quiet." The prince started eating from it and said, "Now I've become an accomplice in your crime. Don't tell anyone." Meanwhile, we see Monica after she has returned to her home. Her maid welcomes her and gives her something, but we don't know what it is. She tells her that Mr. Lewis said it is a reward for capturing Tornelli. At this, Monica thinks for a moment and then says, "I will write him a thank you letter now for sending me this gift. So please, my dear maid, step outside because it is a secret message." The maid replies, "Very well, but I also heard that you took on a mission. I heard you also dealt with an intruder pretending to be from a trading company. The defensive barrier that Mr. Louis erected around the academy is impenetrable to external attacks, but it doesn't protect against internal infiltrations." Monica comments, "Yes, but Mr. Louis must have hidden it somewhere in the academy." Her maid cleared her throat, recalling what Mr. Louis had said while leaning back in his chair. "My defensive barrier is full of deadly traps, for your information. If you think you can rephrase that, then try." Monica is shocked and says, "What is this?" Even the cat is very surprised. They had never heard of a barrier holding such murderous intent. Elsewhere, Monica goes out with some papers and sees Ashley watching her from a distance. Monica gets scared and tries to run away quickly to avoid her, but at that moment the other girls meet her. She was a little scared of them, but they told her, "Don't be afraid. We just want to invite you to a tea party." Monica was very scared and nervous, but she thinks to herself, "I am now a member of the student council. I must attend and prove myself at this party too." Elsewhere, they go out to the garden and everyone thanks her for joining them despite her busy schedule, as the last few days have been very difficult, especially with the unfortunate accident when she fell from the stairs. She told them, "Indeed, but thank God I'm fine now." Lana is overjoyed and says to her, "Since you're okay, will you tell Lord Cyril on my behalf that it was just an accident?" Here, Monica tenses up again and thinks before saying a word. If she says it was an accident, she would ruin what Lord Ashley did for her. Therefore, I don't want to do this. They were looking at her, waiting for an answer. So they said, drink your tea first." But everyone was watching her intently as if waiting for something. She takes a sip of the tea and finds it bitter. "It's very bitter," she says. "Perhaps it's a different kind of tea. I must drink it all." Everyone is astonished. It seems they had put poison in it, but they say, "Impossible. We were sure she would choke on it." At that moment, the cup falls from her hand and her vision turns completely red. She says, "What is happening? Why has my vision turned red like the color of the tea?" Then she remembers her father being burned before her eyes, how she cried tears of blood. She began to remember things she hadn't recalled before. A contemptible person comes to her and says, "Silence, you wretch. Your father ruined everything." Back to reality, Monica was babbling and had fallen to the ground with everyone gathered around her. At that moment, Ashley runs over to check if she is alive. Then she asks, "What did you make her drink?" The girl replied, "I don't know anything. I didn't give her anything. She fell on her own." Then Ashley reaches into the bully's pocket and pulls out a small bottle. "Silence," the bully says. It's an eye drop that only dilates the pupils. Just regular eye drops, not poison as you expect, Ashley. But Ashley tells her, "Silence, you wretch, it's poison." The other girl says to Monica, "Yes, but I didn't expect her to actually drink a full cup of extremely bitter tea." Ashley quickly performs first aid by making her vomit to expel the poison, then tells someone to bring a diluted saline solution and to call the clinic and the student council immediately. The scene shifts to Monica sleeping as the Lord places his hand on her. She murmurs, "Father." He asks her, "Do I look that old to you?" His friend tells him, "There is no need to listen to her sleep talking, Your Highness." At that moment, Monica wakes up and apologizes. "I have caused you so much trouble. I am so sorry. I thought I could at least handle a tea party." She was crying bitterly. "Even though I'm a member of the student council, I'm incapable of doing anything right. I'm truly sorry." Lord Cyril comes up behind her, lifts her, and says, "Raise your head. You should only bow to God." Then he helps her back to bed to rest. He told her, "Don't do that again. Don't you dare get out of bed. If you do it again, I'll tie you to it." At that moment, Claudia Ashley arrives and asks, "What is all this commotion?" They tell her that Monica was trying to get out of bed. "But in any case, you are a true hero. By God, if it weren't for you, she would be dead by now. Thank you so much." Ashley says, "Okay, here Lord Cyril intervenes. You should be more cheerful when you speak to the prince." She replies, "What do you mean? Are you saying I'm a dog or something?" He says, "No, forget it, let's go. The patient must have a headache from us." The two of them leave, while Ashley stays with her. Then she talks to her about the poison. The poison could have been instantly fatal if your body couldn't handle it, but you have a very special constitution. In the end, you survive by a great miracle. It's best if you don't eat today and stay in bed. Here, they talk about whether Ashley hates her or not. Ashley tells her that she never hates her, but she doesn't like her either. Monica tells her, "Fine, tell me why you were following me everywhere." Ashley gets very close to her and says, "Because you seduced my fiancé. It's one thing for you two to be on the student council together, but for you to be practicing dancing together, I will never allow it." Monica is surprised and thinks to herself, His Highness, the Prince, is Lady Ashley's fiancé. What a wonder. At that moment, Monica's friends enter in a strange way, without knocking on the door. They just open it as if they were donkeys who don't ask for permission. Perhaps they should have knocked so that those inside could grant them entry. But let's continue the story. They said to her, "We came to visit you. Come on, eat some meat. Your face is very pale," his other friend said. "Calm down, you idiot. We shouldn't offer meat to someone with food poisoning." Here, Lady Ashley does something very strange and says to them, "I am Monica's friend, and Neil's fiancé." Neil was standing with them and is surprised. "My fiancé? What? How?" Ashley quickly runs and grabs his arm. He wonders, when did this happen? Is it possible that my father arranged it with her father? That's also possible. Then she looks at Monica and says, "Look, Monica, don't we make a cute couple?" Monica was extremely bewildered. Her stress level was very high and she was making strange gestures because she had thought Ashley was the fiancé of the Lord or the prince she had danced with, but the truth was different. At that moment, their other friend enters and is surprised to see Ashley like this. Elsewhere, we see the prince and his follower thinking about Monica when she was apologizing to him, saying, "Forgive me, I failed at everything." Meanwhile, the scene shifts to those murderous girls who wanted to kill Miss Monica, first with their stupidity before their poison. Perhaps their father will handle everything, but it will also involve a very large fine and a huge ransom because it is a major, premeditated crime of attempted murder. Then the Lord enters and calls for Miss Caroline. He said to her, "Let's hear what you have to say. Go on, speak. I'm listening carefully." She stammers and says, "It's just a misunderstanding, not a murder attempt. It was just a prank." He said to her, "A prank? You consider putting poison in your classmate's drink a prank? You truly are a despicable and trashy person." She said to him, "It's not poison. I just put regular eye drops in it for her. I heard they are used as a stimulant. I did it for her own good. She's always shy and lacks confidence." Prince Cyril speaks up and says, "According to Claudia, the drops are intended for use in eye surgery. If this wasn't an assassination attempt, then what is it?" She told them, "Hypothetically speaking, I didn't know it was such a dangerous medicine, Your Highness. You have to believe me." Then she starts to cry deceitfully. He said to her, "All right, so you played a prank, ignorant of its true nature." She told him, "Exactly. That's what I did. She got it from a traveling merchant. It's a medicine that greatly enhances beauty." Then she asks the girls to drink the tea. Her friend takes her cup, and when she drinks it, she feels pain. She understands that Isabel put poison in her tea. Isabel mocks her, telling her that despite her bad manners, she should be praised for finishing that disgusting drink, out of respect for being a guest at her party. However, she says this behavior is inappropriate in front of His Highness the Prince. Then she says she will inform her father about this incident, as someone with the name Norton almost fell victim to poisoning. She knows that the Kerbeck family has a close relationship with Lady Caroline Norton's family. Prince interrupts her and tells them that this could indeed become a big problem. No one other than the Murbeck soldiers is capable of repelling the dragon raids in the east. If they can't rely on them, they will have no choice but to send troops from the capital. He then wonders whether the Norton region will hold out until their forces arrive or not. The poisoned girl replied that they are greatly mistaken and that she never intended that. Isabel retorted that her reckless actions would lead to the destruction of her homeland, and that's how things work in high society. Now, when you return to the dormitory, make sure to tell all your friends about this, so it may be a lesson about what happens to those who antagonize the family of Count Kirbeck. Then we see Isabel with her maid as they walk among their friends. The assistant asks her if she is sure this is a good idea. Isabel replies that she has made her decision. If one gets used to someone, it is natural for them to have enemies. If she shows them the consequences of messing with the Kirbeck family, no one will dare to harm Monica. She had made a deep vow in her heart to the Silent Witch who saved Kirbeck and swore to dedicate everything she has to repay her kindness. The maid tells her that she can add another bed in her room, and Isabel agrees. She asks her to prepare the bed immediately as they cannot properly care for her in the attic room, and so Monica spent a whole week receiving care in Isabel's room. Then we see Monica in her room, having become much better after Isabel fed her various foods, as she had been very thin. Anyway, at that moment, Rin comes to her, telling her that she is the envoy who has completely forgotten her age. Monica asks her how long she has been here. She replied that she has been here since she was about to write a thank you letter to Mr. Louis. Monica apologized and told her that she was staying in Lady Isabel's room, had been poisoned, and was recovering. Ren asked her why the Silent Witch, guardian of the second prince, was nearly dying from poisoning. Monica cannot answer her.